Good afternoon all. And what a glorious afternoon it is. Considering we're in autumn, hardly any clouds in the sky. Lots of seagulls around though. But anyway, did a little shopping on the way home today because it's time to start getting the pots ready for next year. We managed to pick up a few little bulbs just to give us a nice early start to the flowering season. And what better before the tulips and the daffodils come out in April and May. It's things like irises. We've got a couple here I picked up. These are the dwarf ones, which will be going in the little trays along the window ledge, just to brighten up when you look out the window from February onwards. Got nice little purple ones there. Some nice blue ones there. We've also got some crocuses, which will also go in with the irises. Now the irises grow at 15 centimetres tall. The crocuses are around 10 centimetres tall. They all come up around February, March. Now the irises, the 2 packets, I'm just going to mix them up and see what colours come up. I think that's the best way forward. Trying to plant individual bulbs just in case they're not blue and they come up a different colour than purple. So we'll just mix the 2 bags and plant them out. We've also bought a bag of hyacinths, which are going into the trays outside of the kitchen window on the fence. 6 bulbs in there. I'll just put 3 bulbs in each. These come up in March, so between March and April. So as these irises start to die off, these will start coming into bloom. So we get a constant flow of colour. Now what I did pick up, I picked up a little garden arch. Now they had it on special. They had it dropped down from £15 to £5. Now I wouldn't normally spend 15 quid, well, I definitely wouldn't spend £15 on this, but £5 I thought, okay, I'll give it a go. We used to have one in the garden and it's long since gone, but when I got to the till and the lady scanned it, it come up £1. And I did ask the lady, I said, are you sure about this? And she said, well, if it's on the barcode, then the barcode must be right. Hers to say, I got it for £1, I paid very quickly for it, and done a very sharp exit out of the shop. But I've done a little video of us putting that up, which is quite interesting. So sit back and have a little watch and a little giggle. you go. It's built at last. Not worth 15 quid, definitely not of what they charge in the spring on the shelves. It's made of very cheap tubular metal, and as you see, one of the bars, they welded the thread into the bar at an angle so the thread wouldn't go, the bolt wouldn't go in straight. And yeah, and one of the pieces as well wasn't actually drilled out, so I had to drill that out as well to make it work. So the next bit, let's get it into position. Well, it's in. I managed to get it up at last. But what I have found, we've got it in the ground. This side is fine. I've had to put supporting stakes either side because it was blowing around a little bit. We've used a couple of cable ties on the bottom there, which look a little bit unsightly at the moment, but once I get the plant in there, that'll hide all that. Now, the issue was that it wasn't even. It seems to be higher on this side than that side. That's due to the fact of the pear tree. The root system on the pear tree, I don't know how much is under the ground, but I couldn't penetrate this into the ground. Hence, we had a little accident. Yes, it's a bit bent, but never mind, we've supported that side and this side with cable ties. The only other thing, drag it up the top, it does seem to be a little bit wobbly at the top. Now my only concern is when I get the flowers in and they start growing up and over the top, is that it's going to be quite heavy, and we have a big issue with wind coming down the sideway into the garden. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm not going to do it today, but I'm going to put some bracing or something across the top just to try and strengthen, turn you around now, just try and strengthen that up a bit at the top. But that's a job for another day. Now I'm not going to be putting plants in here till probably next year, but the main frame is up. Now with a bit of luck, over the winter we'll have the rain, we'll have the frost, they'll soak in and firm in nicely. The poles, that is, ready for the plants. Now my question is, what do I put in there? Now the last one I had in there, I had clematis, and I put one coloured clematis in there and one in there. But with this new arch, I don't know what to put in. Do I put one and train it all the way over, or do I put one in each side? Give us a few ideas. I'm not really sure what to put in it now I've put it up. Perhaps a rose, a couple of roses, perhaps one that side, or just one that side growing over. Pop a few ideas down below and I'll have a little think on them. Well, I must admit, putting that arch up was a bit of a challenge. Now the idea of the arch and what I'm trying to achieve is that you've got the patio area outside the back door, and it's like a little seclusion in the back of the house. Then you go through the arch into the garden. So it's breaking it into sections to make it more interesting and bigger than what it actually is to the naked eye. But anyway, this is the first part I've been working on. This will go outside the kitchen window. I've got a mixture of the iris bulbs in now, liberally put around the side there. Now we also found a viola plant that had been sitting on this table most of the summer. I think it's self-seeded out of one of the hanging baskets, and I've potted it up, left it, and it's come true. So that's a little centrepiece for that. That'll give us a little bit of colour when we look out the kitchen window. For now, it is very secluded. There's no wind, and it's away from the frost. So this should give us a nice little display for the next at least couple of months. But like I say, that's the first one. The rest are going to go out the front of the house, on the windowsills, as and when I get round to it. So I think that'll do for me. Until next time, take care, and I'll see you soon.